I'm not gonna lie, man, I've been pretty stressed lately. And I don't mean that in like, I'm special because I'm dealing with a bunch of shit. I'm just dealing with regular life problems, right? I'm sure you're the same way about stress that I am, because you're probably a dumb dude and you let shit that you can't control stress you out. Whether it's about work, money, projects, family, your kids, your animals, all of it. The only thing that stresses me out really anymore these days is intros. I fucking hate intros. I hate doing intros. If I could, I would just make a video where it's like right into the shit. But no, I gotta sit down for 30 seconds to 2 minutes every video, talk to all the people like they don't know who I am or what I'm doing, right? Feel like a barista at Starbucks complaining about having to do my job. But the point is, we're not gonna stress for a little bit. We're gonna take a break. You hear that calm, relaxing music that's playing right now? If editing version of me did all the right things, we're just gonna try to put stress behind us, right? And do some much needed maintenance on the Jixer so I can go back to riding this and making more content. Making it safe for me to ride, right? Because as you guys know, the rear brakes are gone completely. The rear rotor is basically destroyed. And you know what? Might as well throw on a new chain. All these wonderful parts were supplied by Wow Motorcycles. Thank you very much, Wow. Specifically Candy. Appreciate you. So pause on your stress, take a deep breath, and let's just do some work. Let's do some work. There is one thing that needs to change before we continue. Go anywhere. That is much better. This is the kind of energy that I need right now. So let's go ahead and figure out what we got to do. All right, what do we have here? We have a new brake rotor. The rear brake rotor. We have a 525 chain. I believe this chain is actually a little bit longer than it needs to be for this bike. We'll just remove some links. I do have a chain tool kit that I've never used before, so we'll try to put that to some use. And we got some new rear pads. And this should be a relatively simple setup. It's been a minute since I've done any work like this. You either use it or you lose it, you know? Plus, I figure this is a cool backdrop and setting for us to hang out and do some stuff. All right, so before we get started, my first problem is that, as you guys remember when I bought this bike, the rear stand slider has been broken off at some point whenever it was probably laid down in the past. So that means we can't use our traditional spools for lifting this thing. I do have some track stands that I believe will work on this. I haven't used them yet, but we're gonna give it a best shot. Those were supplied by RevZilla. As a matter of fact, all the upgrades on this bike have been supplied by RevZilla. So a link for every part that's on this bike, including the track stands, are in my description if you want to check them out. Thank you very much, RevZilla. I am gonna flip the bike around for better lighting, I think. It's been forever since I've done a kickstand turn. I wonder if I can still do it. It's a little hard on this epoxy floors. It makes it a little less stable on my end. It's a little slippy, a little bit slippy. But for the most part, not bad. That wasn't bad. All right, see if I can put these stands on without fucking knocking my bike over. Here goes the rear. All right. Let's get a good listen to this. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, those are probably pretty done. All right, so step by step, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take my castle nut off, take my pin out, pull my axle out, pull my wheel out, set my adjustments on both sides as low as possible, take off the rear brake rotor, take out the pads, put in new pads, put on a new rotor, and then put it all back together with a new chain. Follow along if you can. You know, it's, things are weird right now, aren't they? Right? Like, I think we can all agree that things are pretty strange. Right now, everybody in America, I think, is pretty much talking about aliens, which is really like such a polar opposite of what the rest of the world has been doing for the past like 50 years. Shit, what size is this? I might not have a socket big enough for that, which means I gotta do a regular wrench. I mean, honestly, I don't wanna go straight into alien talk, but it's been on my mind so much lately, on top of a bunch of other shit, right? Actually, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't crazy tight. It seems to be such a hot topic right now, and I've obviously got my own opinions on it. I think the big issue for me right now is that the government's talking about it, right? Like, is that not a concern for anybody else? It's like, I love conspiracy theories, but the second the government starts talking about my conspiracies, the second I'm like, no, something's not right, you know? What size is that, you think? 10 mil maybe? We just did the airbags on the Scion, so I'm fucking all over the place with tools. Maybe it's a 12, maybe it's a 10. Let's see, we got one of each. 12 first. It's a 12, which means that this inside one's probably a 10. You know what? I knew I remembered those numbers for a reason. Maybe I'm just too focused on the aliens part. Like, that's just something that I think is really cool. You know, it's got me thinking, like, what do I really want to do? You know, like, what do I want to do forever? What's my lifelong goal? You know, and the reason I think those two are just kind of connected is because, you know, it kind of, in my opinion, almost, it polarizes everything, right? Because, like, if there is an existence of a sentient life outside of the world, what does everything that we do even matter? I don't know. I'm having a hard time contextualizing how I feel. I just want to know, you know, like, ugh. I just want to know. This thing is toast. Like, this thing is beyond toast. I'm very impressed how shitty this thing is. There's one. There it is. Dude, I think it went down inside the spokes. One of the things that I've always wondered is that, does the existence of an extraterrestrial life imply, this thing looks so weird. Very strange looking rotor. It fits. But does the existence of an extraterrestrial life negate religion? How does that work? Because pretty much, and you guys please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, every religion that I'm aware of states that, like, we're the only thing in this universe. I know Christianity, I believe, states it explicitly. It's like, no, that's it. There's nothing else. If, let's say tomorrow, I mean, the government's, it feels like they're preparing us, right? Doesn't it feel like maybe they're setting us up for something with all this shit? Like, there's declassified video footage. They're like, we don't know what this is. What happens to religion? I'm pretty sure it wouldn't shake everyone's faith, but I'm sure that there would be some questions, right? Like, especially if they didn't look anything like us. Like, if they were just completely different beings, you know, like not even bipedal, I'd be like, what the fuck? Also, I think I'm gonna torque these in the same pattern as I would a wheel. And by torque, I mean give them some good old fashioned. Oh, yeah. But like, what if they're like, yo, you wanna go see my space Camaro? You wanna go do some space burnouts in the space Applebee's parking lot? Because fuck yeah, dude. And you're bitching space El Camino with your bitchin' space mullet. Imagine being the first motherfucker in space with a mullet. All right, new brake rotor on. That was, again, super simple. Let's see if we can get these pads out of here. Oh my goodness. Part of me really wants to take the swing arm apart and fix that little broken area that back here where your stand would normally sit, like weld a new one on and then repowder coat it, but another part of me says that's way too much fucking work and I don't want to do that. Let's move away from aliens. I think I lose a good bit of you guys when I talk about aliens, which I get, you know, it's a weird topic, especially if you don't care, you know what I'm saying? That was on there tight. I think ultimately though, my grievance is with the government. I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly a trust the government type of gal. You know, I'm no insurrectionist. Let me make that clear. NSA, TSA, ASA. I'm not a January 6er type of gal. Make sure we all know that. I'm not gonna go run up on the front porch of the White House. I'm not one of them good old boys. As long as you leave me alone. I'm pretty simple. But yo, I think we got every bit a goodie out of these brake pads. Yeah, that is all of the goodie. They couldn't even release DLC for these things. That's all of it. We got some new SBS brake pads, which are stuck to the packaging. Much more stoppage, I bet. I bet these things are gonna stop real good. Oh, real nice. I wasn't paying attention when I took these things out though. I guess they can really only go in one way. Just push this in with my thumb. Am I a hero? Yep, I'm gonna have to depress that. The economy's weak, you're poor, you'll never amount to anything. We never loved you. It should be pretty depressed now. Oh, I should just be able to slip these things on in here. We don't wanna drop them though, because it will break the padding material, and that would be suck. I don't even want to tell you about how much work I did off camera. It's been like 30 minutes. You don't have the right tools for the job, it takes longer. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. Well, it appears as though that I somehow installed them upside down, which honestly makes a lot of sense for the complications. I don't even know how I let myself do that. This is like the opposite of what I wanted. All right, let's flip them over. Oh my gosh. Did I really just do the exact same thing? Like I took it out and then I did it again. You know, maybe working on my motorcycle wasn't exactly the best form of stress relief. Holy shit. When you install them correctly, they slip right on in. It's almost as if that's how they were designed to be installed. All right, there we go. Only 3 attempts later because I'm literally mentally handicapped. You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, I had something come up that required me to step away, which left me to finish this sometime later. Okay, about 2 weeks later. You know how it gets, dude. Your girlfriend's car breaks, dog gets sick, and you need to finish your order. So the bike maintenance gets pushed to the back. We've all been there. But this is a perfect time to transition into today's sponsor, which is the Mechanic Superstore. These guys are off the chain. It is beyond exciting that they want to partner with me here. And honestly, they make a ton of cool stuff that would have made this install about 10 times easier. Like one of these kick-ass motorcycle lifts. Like if you do your own work, you work on your own vehicle, something like this would save you a ton of time. And I don't know why I don't have a motorcycle lift. I just need to bite the bullet and get one. But it's not just motorcycle lifts. They literally carry everything. It's like your go-to for anything mechanic related. Tools, air compressor, lifts, hoists, mount, dismount, balance tire machines, tube benders, which is what I really want. I know I said I wanted that tire machine last time, but I really need a tube bender. I need to build me some tube chassis and some roll cages. So, what can we do to make that happen, eh? Ton of money savings in the combo deals. You guys should check those out. Stuff is built to last. They have lifetime tech support and they'll set it up for you. They also have their own financing available if you want to do that. Get your motorcycle lift or your car lift that's stupid cheap. Oh, look at that tube bender. I need that tube bender. What do I gotta do? I need a hydraulic tube bender. Pretty please. Oh, they have paint booths too? And you know what? I got a coupon code for you guys. You can use the coupon code GEARUP75 and get $75 off your first order. Or if you're military, you can use Salute100 and get $100 off. So if you need anything, check out their website, man. I'm sure they got exactly what you're looking for. And if we do a good enough job on this ad, maybe they'll send me a tube bender. I don't know. Click the link in my description. Fucking please. But thank you again, Mechanic Superstore. And now it's time we get back to work.
All right, where did I leave off? This always sucks, man. I do this a lot where I'll need a break and then I'll take a break and then I forget where I left off. The only thing I need to do is get this old chain off, get the new chain in. This chain comes with a press master link. I like clip master links. I prefer clip master links, so this will have a clip master link. I believe this chain is a little bit too long and I don't want to take off the crankcase cover to get to the old chain. So I'm gonna cut the old chain off with a cutting wheel and zip tie this chain and then pull the whole thing through. Easy. You guys are probably like, Dan, are you gonna handle that chain with some gloves? It's all greasy like, you gonna put some gloves on? The answer is no, cause I'm not a liberal. Zip tie them together, big brain over here. And it's a gold chain. I do like gold chains. 2 chains! I think we can go ahead and get our wheel and we'll wrap the chain around and set our length here. I do need a sprocket soon-ish. I mean, this is fine. I don't know why I didn't just get a sprocket while I was at it. Am I stupid? There's that spacer and that spacer. I think we're good. Pads aren't making contact by themselves, which is really nice. Now again, this isn't a tutorial per se, but I am gonna basically set my minimum adjustment for this chain. Not absolute minimum, you know, you don't want the smallest chain because you always want some room to grow, if you know what I'm saying. Because your chain is gonna stretch a little bit, it's gonna
get a little bit longer, it's gonna get slack in it, and you're gonna need to adjust it at points. So we wanna start small, so we'll have room to adjust. You don't wanna start super big. You don't wanna start with the biggest setting, because then once it does stretch, you won't have room to adjust back here. So we're gonna set on kind of a low to mid setting. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 tick marks. We're at 8 tick marks. Your bike should have a little measurement back here that allows you to synchronize it with the other side so it's not off and wibbly. Just a little bit more over here and we'll be good. We could cut it there and then adjust the chain willingly, but we do have a good bit of slack we can adjust. Better to cut too long than it is too short. Oh, we'll cut on this one that says Japan on it. That'd be perfect. It means I don't even have to mark it. I'm gonna try to punch this out. I'm just gonna kind of zip tie the chain to the sprocket so it doesn't move. I'll have a static area to work on. I think we'll just do things the right way and use this tool here. Sometimes doing things the easy way ends up being the long way. Immediately pushing that pin out. Look at that. But yeah, like I was saying, man, there's 2 global wars going on right now. None of which that I know anything about, if we're being honest. Literally retarded when it comes to the 2 current wars, because it's not because I haven't been paying attention, I just don't know what to believe. When I say that, I mean like there's so much propaganda on both sides from both wars, right? Is this really where we're at right now as people? We're still killing each other by a lot. You know? So, you know, I'd love to side with one country and be like, oh yeah, this is the right thing to do. But dude, honestly, at this point, I don't know. I have no idea who is the right country, who is the wrong country. And I think, pure and simple, there is really no right or wrong. There is no, oh, well, this country's wrong, this country's right. Because if that was the case, there probably wouldn't be war, right? But then again, people blindly followed characters like Hitler. We got that ex-Nazi who everyone was praising because nobody vetted him. Nobody was like, oh yeah, this guy's a bad people. Nobody, you see the video of him like sitting in front of everybody where he's like, oh, thank God. Like, it's fucked up, man. Hang every Nazi. And that's nice and greased, by the way. I greased it up real good, lack. I think you're supposed to put this on in the direction that the wheel would be moving. So if we're moving forward, we're going this way. The wheel's going this way. Okay, so we want to put it on this way, I guess. So this O-ring chain with the master link is a little bit, oh, dude, really. All right, honestly, that took way too much effort getting that on. We do have a master link in there. I don't think it's the right size, so I'm gonna order a different master link. All we gotta do is adjust the chain to where there's only a little bit of slack, which should be pretty easy. We want about, I don't know, like 1.5 inches worth of play, 2 inches, I think, if I remember correctly. Kind of really just do it more by feel now. I've done this so many times. That feels pretty good. I can definitely tell when it gets too tight. Let's feel it. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Cool. It's time to pull it off the stand and hopefully not make it fall off. Do I do the front first or the back first? I do not remember. I think we'll do the rear first. Okay. Done. Now the real question is if my battery's dead from sitting for a couple weeks. Almost. All right, there you have it. Jixer's up and running again, which is kind of fucking sucked because it's been down for like 2 of the best weeks that we've had weather-wise. So that's my dumbass fault. I am hoping to get some good rides on this thing before the end of the year. I'd like to get roughly around 5 or 6 moto vlogs done in the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months so I can have some winter content because I will be in here working on the Camaro pretty hardcore. Holly has sent me the last little bit of parts that I need for that thing. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and man the fuck up and do what I gotta do to get it running and get it where it needs to be. But that's coming up this winter. Both the Magna and the Camaro are gonna be heavy winter projects. Scion TC, I've got new wheels for that thing.
I've got underglow for that thing. That thing's ready to go there. And a couple other 1 or 2 small things. I got some stuff I need to work on that, but that thing is, we got more content on that thing. We've got an entire body kit sitting behind you guys right now for the Corvette. It's in boxes, but I've got Corsa and C7 carbon aero parts for the Corvette that I'm gonna be doing very soon. So, and I appreciate you guys sitting through with me on this video. I thought about scrapping it, and I'm gonna use it as a learning lesson that not everything goes your way, and there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be outside of your control, and sometimes that just sucks. It is what it is. Yeah, I think this is a good place to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever garbage I put together with it. I have no idea how I'm gonna make this video not fucking suck. Like, I'm not a good YouTuber, but my editing is on point. So I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah, okay. Have a good evening. Bye.
Hey, one more thing before I let you go. So I need you to test something for me if you're willing to do this for me. We all know that our phones are listening to us, right? You say something, you talk about a product, next thing you know, there's an ad for it. So if you're still here and you're willing to help me, I want to try something. Just while you're by yourself, say the words, "Do it with Dan," or "Perfect Plasma." Say either one of those things, just out loud near your phone. A couple times today. That's all you gotta do. Just a couple times be like, "Hey, do it with Dan. I like Do It With Dan's videos," within audible distance of your phone. And I wanna see if it increases engagement on this video. I'd appreciate it if you help me out here. This is gonna be a fun little experiment. So I appreciate your participation. All right. Goodbye.